All right, we're here again to do another outfits post. This time what we wore in Asheville for the foliage season. So we were just there. It's still October. We were there a few days ago. We were there from October 18th, 19th to like October 21st, 22nd, around those dates. Usually it's like the third week of October, third and fourth week of October, where the foliage is like the peak season in the North Carolina area. So I definitely wanted to go around that time and do some hiking, some easy hikes, and also like driving through the mountains to look at all the beautiful colors fall foliage has to offer.
Yes, so when I was planning for this trip, coming from California, I don't like the cold. Well, I like it, I'm just not used to it. So I tend to want to be very, very warm compared to people who live in cold climates. So when I was checking the weather, at first it was like pretty cold, I want to say, where I'm like, okay, I better bring a really heavy jacket, bring tons of layers. But as time got closer, the temperature kept on rising. So I think this year it was a little bit warmer than previous years. It could be due to climate change. So last minute I threw in some like lighter tops for this trip. So just want to kind of note that to definitely check the very last minute, because I like to pack like a few days to a week before. I know some people are last minute, but I like to pack a little bit ahead of time. But last minute, like literally the night before, I threw in some different tops because the temperature changed pretty drastically, I want to say.
Yeah. Also, we are going through the mountains, so temperatures do drastically change anyway. So it really ranges from 40s to 70s, which is like a 30-degree difference. So yeah, there's a lot of temperatures you have to adjust to because obviously the higher you go up in the mountains, the colder it's gonna get. So you have to kind of think about that too. Like if you're gonna go up in the mountains, make sure you dress warm for that time. But if you're gonna stay in the lower areas, like downtown Asheville or something like that, then it's not gonna be too cold around that time. So for us, I think it was like a little bit warmer than we thought it was gonna be. There was like maybe like one morning it was like pretty cold. It probably got to like the low 40s. But the rest of the time it was pretty warm. Like you didn't really have to dress like too warm, like you were like in the winter cold yet.
You don't need scarves. It wasn't really necessary to have like a knit cap. Or gloves that really had to protect your fingers or anything. So yeah, it was a very pleasant temperature, I think, especially for hiking for us.
So we were there for 3 days and 2 nights, I believe, because we got there Saturday. We drove in, got there Saturday late afternoon, and then the next 2 days we did the drives and the hikes, and then the final day we left Asheville like in the afternoon. So yeah, this is what we wore. Both of us, we had like about two outfits each.
About two
outfits that we want to share with you. So for me, the first day, it's mostly like just leggings and a top. But the first day I wore these leggings from Aloe. Aloe is my go-to for fitness wear right now, for athleisure wear. I really love their style. It's kind of like a little bit edgy. I like the stripes. They like using stripes, so that's kind of like my thing. These leggings are super comfortable too. I also like Aloe because they fit me really well, and their band on the waist is really comfortable as well. Underneath the top I wore, again, I think it's like mostly Aloe. This is just a plain crop top Aloe shirt. Aloe has like various types of crop shirts that go along with their leggings. So I just like these plain ones, super comfortable. And then on top of that, I layered a sweatshirt. This is actually from, it's called GU. It's in Japan. I'm not sure where else they have GU, but it's actually a sister company of Uniqlo. But yeah, I got this in Japan, just a plain crop sweatshirt. But if you don't like crop tops, I also did get this sweatshirt from Aloe again. So this is like an oversized sweatshirt from Aloe. This is very comfortable and very warm. Like inside it's kind of like this fleece texture. I like the fit of it too, even though it's oversized, it still looks pretty cool. So yeah, I was gonna wear this if I didn't wear like the crop sweatshirt. But I ended up not wearing this because this works just fine for me. And then This is all aloe. The jacket, I really love this new jacket that I got from Aloe. It's like a bomber jacket, and it has fleece inside as well. It's like super cozy inside. Yeah. And then the sleeves here are super cool too, because you can zip it and unzip it. You know, if you get a little bit hot, you can just roll up your sleeves like that. That was a really neat detail. Also zippered pockets on the side, which is very useful because I have, I'm taking Kuma with me, so it's like good to carry like doggy bags and stuff in the pockets, and other various things. And I do like the back detail too. That kind of has like this cool band here. Like you could probably use it for like a hook to hook your jacket up. And then this is not from Aloe. This is from Lululemon. I don't really shop at Lululemon too much, but this time I went just to check it out to see what they have. And I thought this would be like a cool addition to have. Again, since I have Kuma with me, I was taking stuff in here for her, like treats and more doggy bags. Also, I would put my cell phone in here too to hold. There's also like, little pockets and mesh pockets in here too, so you can like divide things. So it's a really handy, cute, what do you call these? These bags that you can either put on your waist or, do the crossbody thing, which is what I did. I just put it across my body like this, diagonally. And then I also did take a knit hat too, but as Candy mentioned, like it wasn't that cold. I think I wore it like one morning and that was about it. I didn't wear it the rest of the time because it was pretty warm. So yeah, that was what I wore on my first day of hiking. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my shoes. So for shoes, I wore these Adidas white sneakers. I really wanted white sneakers this time. Yes, it'll get a little bit dirty, but it didn't get too bad. The grip on the bottom was okay. Like I didn't slip anywhere. It's not like the best, I don't think, like if you want to do like some rough hiking. But we did light hikes and we did come across like, going over like some dirt and gravel, but not too much. And these worked just fine and they were super comfortable.
All right, so I wore, like Crystal, I wore leggings. I'm so glad I just brought normal leggings and not winter type leggings. Some leggings is like fur or there's like a thicker option. I decided after checking the weather, I can wear just normal leggings that I wear in the summer. And I got these from Athleta. I like Aloe leggings as well, but I prefer Athleta just because to me, their band is a little bit more flattering and also doesn't dig in as much. And another thing with Athleta that I tend to always go back to Athleta is because I can move around all day and I never have to pull up my leggings. It stays in place. So this is why I tend to go to Athleta. And for underneath first up, so this is the jacket I decided to wear on the hikes. The reason why I picked this is because you can actually, if you're not wearing it, it comes with a bag and you can roll it up and stick it in your bag. So it's super lightweight too, but also it like provides enough warmth. And I also like the quilted pattern on this. And this is from Uniqlo. It's called their Warm Padded. So I bought something similar to this from Uniqlo like 10 years ago. And I ended up selling it because the one thing that bothered me was, because this is good for layering. So if it's cold and you want to put another jacket over it, it's great because it's thin enough. But what I didn't like was that because it's the shape up here, the round neck, it always showed underneath the other coat I was wearing, and I didn't like the mismatch. They actually solved that problem, and there is a button in here where you can fold it down, and it creates this V-neck. So if you are wearing this underneath of the jacket, it doesn't show. So once I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this jacket a try again. I'm so glad that they put this little detail in this jacket that they didn't have before. And then also it does have pockets, but it's a little bit like hidden, so I kind of like that, but no zipper. But that's the jacket I wore over. This is also Uniqlo, a heat tech top. Now this is meant more to wear underneath a sweater or something, but I actually like to wear it just by itself. The material I think is, well, if you're wearing black, it's not very see-through, so I usually wear like a black bra with this, and I've had this for years and years. I think I bought this like almost 10 years ago. But I take this on any trip that I go to that's gonna be 50 and below. It's a really great top for layering, and it really does have like this technology in it where it helps adjust to your body temperature. They also have different types where this is more of the medium weight. They have a much thicker weight where it's like extra warm, but I usually go with the medium weight because it's perfect for layering for me me, especially for temperatures between like 40, 50s. But yeah, so, and they also have bottoms of heat techs, but I highly recommend, and it's very, very affordable. They're not expensive at all. So really great product that I stand behind. And then usually, so in the mornings it was chillier. So on top of that, I would put on this lighter sweater. So this is cashmere, and even though it's cashmere, it's super affordable because it is from Quince, and Quince has a lot of options with really great materials at a really affordable price. So a lot of my wardrobe these days, if I want something with a really nice material that's affordable, I tend to basically go to Quince these days. But yeah, this is a great top for layering, and I like that it's kind of sporty looking, like a sweatshirt and not like a normal sweater. So for accessories, I did bring a knit hat, but like Crystal said, it was so warm that it wasn't really necessary. So I ended up wearing my aloe cap. We both are fans of aloe these days. So I wore this a lot. I will say, like, it comes in handy because it does get pretty bright. The only thing though is if you're gonna take a lot of photos, if you wear hats, it does cast a shadow. So just keep that in mind if you're picky about your photos. But for me, it didn't bother me too much. I did wear, I've been wanting to get some warm socks. So I was just gonna wear socks that didn't show through my shoes that I was wearing. But because I wasn't sure like how cold it was gonna be, I packed these too. And I'm glad that I packed these because I ended up wearing them. I like the look of them. These are from Aloe as well. And I was gonna buy some cheap socks on Amazon, but every time I do that, I'm never really happy with the quality, and I never really end up using them again or wearing them again, because I kind of tend to, like, after I wash them, I don't like the shape of it. But these, I read a lot of reviews that they were nice and thick and the material is really good. And yeah, they're like really nice material. It's nice and thick, and I think these worked out great. I did bring fingerless gloves. I did use it a little bit in the morning, but yeah, once it got afternoon, it was warm, so it wasn't necessary to wear fingerless gloves. And then because we're doing a lot of pictures, taking a lot of pictures on our hikes, and instead of having to constantly grab my phone out of my pocket, I didn't want to just carry it because the hiking, there was like rocks and gravel and like things we kind of had to jump over. Like I don't want to risk dropping my phone. So I always had it strapped on to my bandolier. And this bandolier, it also has a little pocket for chapstick. So I was able to like just grab my chapstick whenever I wanted to. So bandolier, this is a great strap to hold your iPhone case. I also packed a book bag because I knew with the hiking, if there were like big rocks I wanted to climb or like do like some, jumping around rocks around the creek, I wanted to make sure I had something that was strapped to my back. So I brought my Pack Safe backpack, and this is also great because, not that I was really worried about theft or anything, but this is an anti-theft backpack. So if you're someone that's worried about not being able to see things behind you, this is an anti-theft bag. And yeah, everything fit in here. Whenever it got hot, I would throw my jacket in here or my sweater. So this really, this was my, oh, and I love the pockets on the side because I can throw my water bottles in here. So this is what the bag I used. And so for shoes, I'm like Crystal, I wore my Adidas sneakers. I was gonna bring hiking boots, but in the end, I decided not to and decided to pack just normal sneakers because we were just gonna do light hikes anyways. Usually they're like 1 mile or less. They're pretty easy hikes. So this was enough. It had enough traction, and I was jumping around on rocks and climbing a little bit, I guess, one big rock. But yeah, so this was plenty, I think, for what we did. And then I did bring my Uggs because when we were driving up the mountains, I did most of the driving because I get motion sickness on windy roads. I like to wear like slipper type shoes when I'm driving for a long time because I want to keep my feet comfy. So I would wear this while I'm driving, and when we parked, I would switch shoes. I also wore these shoes, the Uggs, a lot in the Airbnb we were staying at because I hate being barefoot. So these were kind of like slippers too when we were back at our Airbnb.
All right, so the second day, kept it very simple. I wore these leggings, these black leggings. This is from Athleta, and I've had these for years. I do like Athleta leggings too. As Candy said, they're very comfortable and they use like a certain fabric, but it just feels really good to wear. And it's not as tight as she said. Also, I like these leggings in particular and Athleta They do a really good job of adding pockets to leggings too. So I have like 2 pockets on each side. That's something Aloe doesn't have too much of. I know they have some leggings that have pockets and stuff, but not too much. So this one has 2 pockets on the sides, and there's also, you know, a hidden pocket in the back as well. So you have very many options to store some things if you need to. And then for the top, I wore this Marcella sweater. It's a really unique looking sweater. So both Candy and I have one of these. We just thought it looked super cool and just like the unique style to it. And it was like definitely warm enough and comfortable enough for hikes too. We did like one hike that day, was the Linville Falls. Yeah, just one hike, Linville Falls hike, and yeah, it was just fine. But it does keep you really warm. And I think I wore a jacket in the morning. But other than that, I just wore this for the rest of the day because it was definitely warm enough. Underneath this, because you might, on their website, they do have a model wearing a long sleeve white shirt under this. I didn't have like a long sleeve white. I just wore this Marcella tank top underneath that, and it worked out fine because I really like this tank top from Marcella too. So Marcella is like another brand that we like going with lately too because they have some really cool styles.
So for my second day, I thought this was kind of funny because now I'm wearing Aloe leggings, like different. She wore Aloe leggings on the first day. So I wore these from Aloe. I think these are like called the goddess leggings or something because it's a little bit different where it's like typical, you know, legging material at the top, but like from the knee down, or actually more like, it depends how you style it, but pretty much from a little bit above the knee down, it's like a different material. It's like this, what is this material? Ribbed. It's a ribbed material. And then it gathers at the bottom where it kind of looks like socks. So I wore this, and I will say I still am, I love like Aloe's designs, but for me, I do have a tendency to have to constantly pull these up, so they don't stay in place as well as Athleta for me.
That's so weird because I'm the opposite.
Yeah, she's the opposite.
The Athleta leggings for me, I always feel I have to pull up.
I guess it just depends on, yeah, it must depend on body type. But for my body type, or for me at least, I have a tendency to have to keep pulling, not keep pulling, but you know, occasionally have to adjust it. Whereas Athleta, I never really adjusted at all. So, but that's that. And then I wore a white top, and this is from a brand called Easy Standard. It's got a mix of material, cotton, modal, and spandex. It's really soft, nice material. It's also stretchy. This one I got is more of a pretty form-fitting, I would say. And they are a company based out of California. So, and they basically have very basic tops in different colors. So if you're looking for something that is made out of cotton and not polyester, I definitely recommend checking out their site. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it because the shoes are the same, and the jacket, you know, is the same. I threw this on over if I got, you know, in the mornings, or the sweater. Pretty much the same outfit the next day, I guess. Well, as far as like the layering pieces. And then I will say, when we went up for sunset for the mountains, I thought it was gonna be really, really cold. So I did pack a really warm coat, which it's this one. It's super warm, and it's from Icebreaker. And I don't think it was really necessary.
Yeah. It wasn't cold at all.
I could have done without packing this. But, you know, there was one morning when it was cold and I was wearing it before we went up the mountains. It did keep me warm, but in my mind I was like, yeah, I think I don't need it. It was definitely, because I didn't want to zip it up because then I would be too hot. So yeah, but I did pack this thinking that it might be really, really cold.
All right, so that's what we packed for our Asheville Blue Ridge Parkway trip and Pisgah National Forest. Those are the 3 locations we went to, and I think we did a pretty good job, except for like maybe the coat, you know, we probably didn't need, but yeah, overall, I think we did pretty good. Just again, I think a lot of these videos, it's like the key is to layer, but for this one especially because the temperature changes so much in different areas. But we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye.